posted in a while, and again, sorry, life, work. I was on 12-hour shifts for a while there, but check it out. Got a boost gauge set up. I'll show you guys where I got it all hooked up and everything. Super simple. I'll even put like a little link, maybe, or if I can figure all that stuff out, but how to do all that. It's a Titan boost gauge from Princess Auto. Has like 7 different colors, and then goes through all the 7 different colors and everything like that. But hey, for $34.99 a boost gauge, works. I don't need nothing fancy. So, but it's running about 5 pounds at full bore, and in town it's got about 4 pounds of boost. So not bad again for pretty much clapped out. And that also is too, I've also been doing like a small test because the previous owners who've owned this vehicle did not run premium or octane boosters, which is a big no. Pre-debts on the motors, all that kind of stuff, which is why I had to go through all the air fuel stuff, is why I'm guessing, because I started putting in premium thinking that it was gonna do better on the system and do better for the motor, and actually it turned out that that's what its demise was for the NOx sensor, the mass airflow sensor, and the temperature sensor, the airflow temperature sensor. So now that I've got all my air figured out, it's now the fuel that is an issue. It is a gas hog still, no matter what. This thing has got to be the worst vehicle I have ever actually experienced on gas, like ever. Supercharging line for you guys. This is a pretty great hill. I would say probably like a good 55 degree. It's pretty steep and pretty long. But yeah, basically this has got to be the worst vehicle I have ever seen on gas, like ever. So I don't know if there's an issue with fuel pump, possibly is my next go-to, or the go for the cheapest stuff first, fuel filters and all that good jazz. Do a fuel filter, and I've been running lots of Marvel mystery oils and Seafoam and Lucas injector cleaners and all that good stuff to clean out those injectors and to keep the system cleaned out. But it just seems like, man, this thing is just terrible on gas. The most I have ever gotten on it was 285 kilometers to a tank. And now, that being said, I do kind of romp on it from time to time, but there was the one time I did try to go easy on it, and I was still barely pushing 300. So I don't know what it is with these vehicles, if that is why they became discontinued and were only made for the 4 years, because that I can see that's just unreal. I've owned V8s. I've seen bigger V8s. I've seen big block V8s, like 454s, get better gas mileage than that. And towing. You know what I mean? So, and not to mention, I towed a small tent trailer with it last weekend, just to also, unfortunately, my camera situation wasn't great. I was doing a bit of off-roading. It did not too bad, but I just didn't feel like it was good footage to put up. So I was actually having a few issues. Not running wise, but just like getting to the area wise. So it just wasn't worth it. And by the time I got out there, it wasn't worth the film. So, but it ran good. Again, boost gauge was all set up and everything. I want to try and do a quick little 0 to 60 run here for you guys. Kind of show you what's up, because it does sound really good now, and it seems to run really good for the most part. But this probably isn't a very great video. Just more or less like driving around. You kind of can hear the sound of the Magnaflow a little bit of the snorkel. See the boost gauge. Indicators. It's really bright out right now, so it's kind of hard to see. Pulls about 20 pounds vacuum before it gets into any kind of boost. Better lighting. That was right to the floor. Sorry for the shakiness, a bit of a bumpy road. There's a fairly good look at the gauge. And again, the pillar, you can see kind of a thumbprint there. The pillar, universal pillar pod, was also from Princess Auto. You could get a triple or a single and set up a bunch of singles. I was thinking about actually mounting something right in the center there. I think those look cool, or even like right here. Or I know some guys, you know, kind of really JDM stuff, and I'm into it. I'm into the JDMs. That's why I do it. Is removing one of the your instrument knobs. So it's kind of a hit and a miss. So depending on what you want to do, you know, classic, throw it up on the pillar. Has always been a good choice. You know, stuff like that. It's always been the classic kind of stuff. I just don't like how it's black. Just have to get some maybe beige or whatever this color is, gray. Probably just primer. Could use some, actually do some primer on it. I didn't actually think about that. There's a good look at the gauge right now. And I have it just simply wired power and chassis ground. I have a set of toggle switches coming in. Now I can kind of show you guys. Unfortunately, I try and make these videos as long as I can for you so that you can, so I get as much info to you guys as I can. I know sometimes that can be difficult, but, and I don't know how many of you guys are actually watching this build. And so far, you know, if you're wanting to do an Xterra, which is the WD-22, there she is, meat and taters. Sorry for the camera again, guys. Again, you know, if I get good enough at all this kind of stuff and you guys maybe start watching more or support me a little bit more, then I can maybe start taking better video of old Chuck here. So here she is. Gave her a little bath this morning. So grab the box here, show you guys what it is. So this is the boost gauge that I got. 7 colors right there. Oh, sorry, upside down. 7 colors. They had a bunch of gauges too, really good prices. RPM, fuel, pressure, oil pressure, oil temp, all of them. It was a pretty good selection for $34.99. But once I get a little bit more cash here, I'm going to get one of those fusible links that you can pop in the fuse to, so then it goes just to straight ignition. Now, I have done something before where you take like the fuse out. Wouldn't recommend. But you take the fuse out of whichever part that you want to use to ignition, and basically you wrap it like, and now as long as you have a fuse on the other line on the power of whatever, so you got your fuse, you got your fuse box here. So what you could do is, oh, perfect. I've got a trusty fuse puller right here. So I'm gonna pull out a spare. So you take one of the terminals, right? And you just splice enough wire. This is my positive here. Again, sorry for the shaky camera, guys. Like, I am terrible at this kind of stuff, but I want to start trying to do these kind of builds for you guys, because again, I'm fairly good at it. It's just, hey, it's jank, but it works. And simple, really. You don't have to make it complicated. You know, it's however you want to make it. I make it simple because I just don't have a lot of time on my hands. So I try and look for the easiest way possible. But you just, you know, wrap your power around that little guy. You know, put your wire nicely so then it's not looking all like a rat's nest up in there. And then just back in, you know. Well, again, trying to do this all one-handed sucks. I'd rather just take it out and just pop it in there. But anyways, so that's what I have done in the past. But what I've got going on is so boost gauge. So you can turn it off, which is what I just do for right now. I just turn it off. And really, it doesn't draw a ton of power. I've left it on overnight for a day and a half, and it didn't draw a ton of power. So, you know, click of a button, super simple. There, it's going through all the colors there. You know, pull your weather stripping down and tuck. Now, the Xterras suck for this. I'm telling you this right now. There is literally only one way to actually get wire. If you're looking to get wire up in like this area or anything like that, there is literally only one way to do it. If you got small enough hands, or if you're taking the whole freaking dash apart. And again, I'm all about simplicity here, but also making it look somewhat good. So again, this opening channel right here is great for, and I used to work at a shop where that used to put in remote starters. So, you know, installers would put antennas and stuff like right here or at the center of the rear view mirror. And then you just tuck your wire up in your headliner, nice and good. Like, tuck it right there. There's like even a little lip that you can get it right down in there, pull it down a little bit and really get it in there, you know, make it look clean. Don't make it look high school. We're not in high school still. You know, bring it around here. Grab a small screwdriver, or, well, I wouldn't suggest a screwdriver. I use something called a fiber stick, but you push it, you know, thin piece of plastic, push it all down in there. Same thing with the vacuum line itself, you know, running the vacuum line. So the vacuum line as well, ran it all down there, because good luck finding an opening in that. That does not come out. Most vehicles, this pops out. Most vehicles. There's even usually fuse over here, all that kind of good jazz. This is a part of the whole dash. So good luck getting that out. You got to take this out. Yeah, not happening. So, and if you got small enough hands, you can get your hand way up in there and fish it through that. Or what I had to kind of do was I took, once I got to here, I kind of took some line or like a strong piece of wire, shaped it, and kind of fished it down in here. Now, you're going to hit a double wall. There's a double wall all up in here. And basically it has to make a straight U-turn, and it can't do it. So the only way that you can get it over here is through this little spot here. Through this little spot here, right beside, you know, right in between the dash and the side kick panel. Again, really common spot and super simple to get out. It's like one 10 mil screw. But there's the grommet that you're going to want to use. It's right beside the e-brake. And the e-brake and like the main harness going out into the engine bay there. But yeah, you can see my vacuum line. So see, there's the double wall that you're going to hit. And it's darn near impossible to find a way to maneuver without poking wires and without, you know, like actually like wrecking something and all that kind of stuff. So fish it through the side there, poke it through. You know, you're gonna have to kind of maneuver it through there. If you can kind of see, just kind of through the e-brake a little bit. You can kind of see the vacuum line a little bit right there too. It's hard to point out, but right there. And that's all coming through that side there. Come up through the e-brake, out that grommet. It's very thin little grommet, which is actually kind of nice because some grommets are, again, double walled and are a pain in the ass. So you're gonna come out right here, right beside that harness. You get a T, which is nice that kit comes with a T, vacuum line and everything, and it gives you just enough vacuum line. Literally just enough vacuum line. Luckily there was a T that I had off of my WD 2021 and just popped it off of there. Fit right on there. So lots of guys wondering where the vacuum line that you can hook up to. So the vacuum line that you want to hook up to, that you are going to get boost. So I tried that one. The one right at the back of the supercharger. No. There's another one that goes over there, but why do that? I tried Airbox. No. This vacuum line right here, right underneath the throttle body spring, that comes into, where are you? Little difficult. Right there. It's like a T. And it just routes just over to that guy there, as you can see. So my vacuum line comes underneath, hits the T, boost line in, original vacuum line to that guy. Because all three of those vacuums is all before the mass airflow, or the throttle body and the mass airflow sensor. And that is apparently what you need. So you don't need a super long distance to do it, but it's a fair distance. And also, snorkel is working good again. So I also, when I did my snorkel replacement, I never kind of showed guys this, but I just drilled a hole into the side for my temperature sensor. And if like guys are like wondering like, oh, I don't like, you know, try and keep it stock as much as you can. These motors are not going to run great if you frig with them too much, I've noticed. So, or you're just going to get bad gas mileage and you're going to wonder what happened. And it's not going to throw a code. It won't throw a code. It didn't throw a code for a month and a half for a mass airflow sensor, and it was giving me problems. So just keep that in mind. Just because it has an OBD2 and it has all these sensors doesn't mean it's going to throw it. So change that guy. Change the location because it's usually down there, and fit it onto that little gooseneck T silencer thing. I also suggest keeping that evap. Lots of guys take that out for performance, I guess. Don't. Your evap doesn't read. I'll just say that right now. It doesn't read. I've tried it. It does maybe for a month, and then it stops reading. And then you might have an evap problem. And also your evap doesn't read unless it's over a quarter of a tank. I had it at half a tank at one point, wasn't reading. I had it at 3/4 of a tank, wasn't reading. I popped that sucker back on, that little silencer as they would call it, and started reading. So I don't suggest taking that off. Again, keep it stock. So change the vacuum line on that guy. If you guys haven't watched my previous video, my knock sensor location, there it is right there. You can see it. Like literally, it's right beside that red wire. Right there. It is attached to a bracket that is on the block. Haven't had a problem. Thing is working flawlessly. I've also installed a oil catch can from my previous vehicle. Again, super easy to mount and maneuver. Basically mount it to just the power steering bracket. I didn't even have to bend it. I just put a bolt onto the bracket. That's some PVC hosing. There's your PVC pipe, and just reroute it basically, and then up to the supercharger. That's all you have to do, and it's been working really good. I'll kind of show you guys here, and then I gotta unfortunately shut my video down because it's probably gonna shut off and die on me here, and this is already turning out to be a half-hour video, which you guys probably might not watch. So, but if you do, thank you for watching, and I appreciate it. Leave a comment or a like or anything if you want me to do anything else for you guys, or try to do something and make Xterra builds awesome and simple. So as you can see, it works. And this is just a cheap catch can from Amazon. I can't remember the brand. There's a lot of them out there that look like this, and this one's the Amazon one, like literally like the Amazon brand. It didn't have any brand or anything. It just says literally oil catch can. Yeah. So, but as you can see, it works. My last motor smelled like fuel. This one actually doesn't. This one smells pretty good. So the rings, surprisingly, on this 300,000 kilometer motor is doing not too bad. But also, again, like I say, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. A bit of a cruise video, a bit of a show you what I've done video, and yeah, hopefully you guys are into it. The one problem that I found with this location, it's not bad, little on the side where you got to maneuver your hands a little bit, but it's doable. And there she goes. Also, these catch cans come with a little breather that comes on top. Don't do it. Cap it. Doesn't run properly at freaking all. Runs like crap. I've also got videos up of me doing rear shackles, ones that I made, very similar to the ones that look like the ones that you can get from 4-wheel parts. Again, I did a build video on those, so it gave me a 3-inch lift, torqued up the front torsion bars, and Rancho 5000X suspension. Sweet. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you like it. 30-minute video. Yeah. Have a good weekend.